everyone, and welcome to my podcast, Today is Not Tomorrow. Hello everyone, and welcome to another TINT chat. Here with me I have two fabulous ladies. Hello Yusra.
Hi.
Hi Hammy.
Hiya.
Thank you so much for sitting down to have this talk with me.
Nice.
Today's topic will be friendship. Now, not the sort of PSHE lesson stuff, because I hate that just as much as you do. More of a reflective and looking back on the past few years of your secondary school experience to see how friendships have shaped you. Advice you'd give for someone who might have been in a negative friendship or a toxic relationship, the importance of friendships going through your education, because it is important. We don't come to school to make friends, we come to school to learn, but being social and having people to help you get through this time is so important.
Definitely. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
How long have you two been friends?
Me and Hammy both took business GCSE, so in year 10, that's when we were sat next to each other in the same class. And then at first, we would just talk and stuff, but then the lesson was really boring, so then me and Hammy would just talk for the whole lesson. Like, the whole class would be silent, and you can just hear me and Hammy in the corner going,
and we'd be laughing so loud.
Always laughing.
You'd be like, what's going on? I'm like, we don't even know. We don't even know what we were laughing at. We were just laughing our heads off. So 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed those 2 years?
Yes, I really have. To be honest, I didn't really know who Hammy was before I sat next to her.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
I didn't know you existed.
I didn't know she existed.
But you'd all been in the same school for the 3 years before.
Yeah.
Just never come
Just
into
never came in contact.
Wow. I like that. Other than the class being boring and you were talking, because that might have been a one-time instance, what made it that you guys continued this friendship outside of the classroom?
I don't know. I mean, we just clicked. And also, we were in the same psychology class and the same TP class.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we were always, moving with each other, between lessons.
And, our friends kind of, mix. My best friend, Laj,
is a really
close
good friend
of hers.
Okay.
So we would just,
It just works.
Yeah.
It just works.
Yeah.
And then we both became house leader for, each of our houses.
Okay.
So then during meetings and stuff, we would just sit with each other.
Oh, wait, go back. I'm an external. What's a house leader?
So, because there are 7 houses in this school in year 10, halfway through year 10, there are 2 year 10s from each house who get named house leader. So it's a whole interview process.
It's like head girl, but for a house instead.
For the house.
So prefect roles.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I got it for mine, and then Hammy got it for her house.
Which was a fluke, by the way. I was.
Yeah.
I did it for a joke because as a student, I'm not the best student. I'm terrible. Teachers
nonsense,
don't like me.
Hammy.
No, as in behaviour wise.
Oh, okay.
And I wasn't on the best at behaviour. We have things called behaviour points. Do you know what those are?
Yes.
Yes. They're the bad points for those of you who don't. I had the most of them. I had the most.
For talking? Was it for talking?
Talking back to teachers, just behaviour in general. I was shambles. I was so bad.
Yeah, she was.
So you've changed and you've developed over time.
Yeah, year 10 was really my glow up for behaviour.
Okay.
Year 10,
good.
I told her she was gonna get it. She applied for it, and I was like, "You're gonna get it. Just watch."
Because you saw in her.
Yeah,
what she
I
might
was
not
like,
have seen.
"She's gonna get it." So it was really fun, very fun. House leader was a very fun role.
Yeah.
I'm going to hone in on that for a second because you said that you knew Hammy was going to get the role.
Yeah.
You see Hammy as a leader?
Definitely. Before, when she first applied, I was like, she's gonna get it. I just knew. It's not like I was like, oh, she might. I was like, no, she's definitely gonna get it. Because there's something in Hammy, she just has that confidence. She just projects that she can do something if she puts her mind to it. She will do it.
What effect does that have on you, being surrounded by someone who has those traits?
It makes me confident as well because if there's someone else who's confident in themselves, it makes me confident in myself. I act myself around her. It's not like she's a really timid person and I have to constantly, try and speak to her and try to get her to talk to me. It's not that. It's equal. It's our dynamic.
Yeah,
it just
bounce off
the
each
dynamic
other,
just works.
What do they say? I think the average number of people you surround yourself by is what you are. So if you're surrounded by 5 really intelligent people, you're most likely to be intelligent and somewhere on that spectrum. If you're surrounded by 5 really rude people, you're most likely going to be rude to an extent.
Yeah.
So this is showing itself to be true by you having more confidence surrounded by at least one member of your friendship group being confident.
Yeah.
And I really like that. I want to take a second because I'm sat here and I can see you both, and the dynamic is evident. You guys have a really good relationship and there's chemistry.
Yeah.
I want you to use this time to kind of reflect on what you see in each other. Think for me for 1 second, what is the one thing that you love most about each other? And then let me know.
One.
Oh, that's cute.
I can't think of one.
That's fine.
Top 3. Just
Hammy is confident. Hammy is very, very smart, even though she thinks she isn't.
Hammy's a genius.
Yes, she is. And Hammy is... She's very approachable.
Agreed. On my first day, Hammy, a girl in your friendship group just told me to come and sit over, and I was going over some maths notes, and Hammy was like, "Oh, what's that? What are you doing?" I was like, I'm revising, and I just
oh my god, I remember that. And she said your name wrong.
Yes.
She called you like Lucy or something.
I'm pretty sure
twice. She called your name wrong twice.
And you were on the table.
Was I there?
Yes.
Yeah, I was.
I got called Lucy, and she was looking at me, and I just,
Was that
I didn't, yeah.
Yeah, and then
yeah.
she was like, my name's Mofiyin. I was like,
Mofiyin.
I was like, whoa. I was like,
No.
oh, I remember that.
I agree with you. Hammy is very approachable. Hammy, what do you think about Yusra?
I was going to say that you're really bubbly and it's really fun to be around. I was going to say that you're like really hardworking. When you know you want this, you want a grade or you want to work, you want to be better at something, you put your time into it, you put your work into it, you put effort into it. And you put effort into your friends. Like, I see birthdays, like you bought me a keyring when you went on holiday. We only knew each other for like how many months? Like 2 months? And you got me like a panda keyring. Or was that the tie-down one? Oh, that's when
I went to Malaysia.
Oh, yeah.
That was the summer of year 10.
The summer of year 10. But like, she got me keyring, and I was like, oh, that's really nice of you. Like, I didn't think she would.
Oh, yeah.
And,
I have a story behind that. We'll get to that.
And then, what was I saying? What was I just speaking about?
So all the things that you love
You said
about
3.
Yusra, you've said 2.
I've said...
Oh, you've said 3?
I've said 3? I've said 3.
Oh, they're just endless.
Oh.
I agree. I think
like...
you're both amazing. I've only been here for a short amount of time and I've only gotten to know you to an extent so far. Being around you makes me feel happy, as in I can be at peace and it's just okay, and conversations like this come about. And I'm listening to these things and learning more about you both, and it's lovely. It's honestly lovely. I'd say something I've been reflecting on is 5 years ago, I'd never thought that I'd be here today. I never thought I'd be in this school. I never thought I'd be surrounded by different people, but I'm really glad I am.
Yeah.
Because I feel as though friendships and anything else that might have happened in the past are all washed away, and you can start afresh.
I think change is one of the best things that can happen to you. Like, so in year 9, stuff happened. I don't want to go into that because it's not really my... It's my story, but it's not mine completely to say, so I don't want to say it. It changed everything. Like, it changed everything for me, and I think that was the best thing that ever happened to me, because I found like Yusra, I found my best friends. It's the best thing. So I feel like that's like, change is good.
What had happened in the past, such as this situation, where you knew that's not a friendship you wanted to be in, the way you were treated maybe, or how you were valued?
I definitely have something to say about
take this, Yusra.
So, I had a friend from... So in year 7, we were like pretty much best friends, right?
Yes.
But she was always really mean to me, but I never realised, because I'm that type of person, like if someone's mean to me, I won't clock. Like, it's just, you know...
Yeah.
I'll just be like, oh, they're just being...
Just being bad day.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, they're just being funny, like as a joke. I'll just say that. And then we had these periods of times where, like, I wouldn't want to speak to her because she was being so mean to me. So we'd, like, blank each other for a week. And for those of you who don't know what blank is, it's, like, basically... South London. It's basically, you just don't speak to them. Yeah. So blank, you don't speak to them. So we do that for, like, a week. And then on the Monday, she would be like, oh, you have to say sorry to me because you did this. And I was like, but I didn't do anything. You're the one that was mean to me in the first place. But I was very naive at that time. So it was like a cycle. It kept on happening. And then I remember at one point in mid-year, right, I just snapped. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to speak to you anymore.
We're done.
I was like, I didn't even...
Year 7, right?
Yeah, year 7.
Year 7, wow.
And then year 8 is when I didn't even tell her. I just stopped speaking to her. I didn't want to have a final conversation with her because I thought it'd just end really messy.
Yeah.
So then that happened. And then, oh my god, when I tell you, I was so relieved when I didn't have to speak to her anymore.
It feels great.
Like, she still hung out in our friend group because, like, it was hard for her to, like, transition. But then she found other friends and then she moved on.
Yeah.
And then when she left, like, she stopped hanging out with us. I was just like... Bro,
it's amazing.
I was acting like myself completely. Like, I felt so free. And then at the end of year 9, I was like, oh, maybe I should make friends with her again. Maybe I'll regret it. But going into year 10, did I regret it? Not at all.
Yeah, it's like for me, like I was like, I didn't notice, there was nothing wrong with us. There was nothing wrong with us, but you know, as you go, you change.
Yes.
And like the group I had, they were changing. They changed. I was still me. They had changed. So I was like, it just didn't fit. But I stuck with them because I had like they were my friends. You know, you have that idea that they're your friends. And then year 9 came, stuff happened. Not my place to say them, so I'm not gonna say them.
Yeah.
And you know, I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I didn't talk to them. I just cut it. I was like, because there's like, it wasn't my battle. Like, I didn't want to, like, you know, you have battles. I know which ones I had to fight. And this one was like, I don't need to fight this one. I have other people that I can turn to. I do. It's not like I don't. I do. I built friendship with, like, lots of people. They were just my close at the time. And, you know, I cut them off. Built new friendships. Yeah. Happier than I've ever been. I'm going to be honest. So happy.
Literally so happy.
free.
Yeah.
I'm nice.
Met so many new people. Like, going back to the topic of change, like in year 10 we had like X form, so we like mixed for subjects for like the sciences and English and stuff. Mixing with that many different people, I became so much more outgoing, and like I found my personality.
You were open to change as well.
Yeah, exactly, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Because in my form from year 7 to year 9, I felt like I wasn't really myself because there were a few like people who were like, you know.
Yeah.
You know, there's always those type of people.
You know, I was one of those people. Yeah. I was the, you know, popular is the word you would use. Like the, you know, the ones that people know more of. I was one of them.
Yes.
And that didn't work with my personality because you have to be a certain way to be that. That wasn't me.
Yeah.
You found yourself more over time.
Literally.
Yeah.
And like change changed me for the better.
Yeah.
And more specifically, I'd say that this change, as we're getting older, is aspirations, it's ambition, it's what you want to do, the kind of person you want to be, because you start to see people, your role models, your parents. It comes to terms with the fact that you say, they're like this, I don't want to go astray, I want to be kind, I might want to be successful, and if I'm surrounded by people who just aren't thinking the same way, it becomes so difficult to have conversation, to think the same and be like-minded with one another.
It's like, you know, the people who people that revise, but they say that they don't revise.
Yes.
It's like that. It's good to revise. It's good to be getting good grades because you're revising. Because like for me, like in year 7, I did not revise, but I got like decent grades because, you know, year 7's kind of like, it's just year 7 work.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like, I noticed that, you know, I was just getting grades. I wasn't happy with them. But once I started revising and actually getting grades, I was happy with it. And when I asked people, they're like, oh, why did you revise? It was like such an easy test. I was like, you revised. I know you revised. You'll not get that grade without revising.
There's
it's
no
good
shame
to revise.
Doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's another thing. I think the example you gave of revision is an amazing example, but just other things as well of saying that I do something that I enjoy in my spare time that other people might think is not cool.
Yeah.
You don't have to, when you're surrounded by people who are your friends, you don't have to lie. You don't have to show them a side of yourself that you wish they thought you'd see.
Yeah.
Be yourself and be yourself openly. And again, we don't come to school to make friends, but there is a massive importance that you do. Right now, we've just come from a lesson. Having people to talk to is helping me calm down and to find myself again. It's very necessary.
It's not like you need friends. You just need connections. You know, it's not friends. It's just people that you can talk to. You know,
so like an acquaintance, someone you can talk to.
It doesn't need to be friends. It's like connection. Like people.
Exactly.
Some people don't have friends in school. They just know people. They talk to people. It's like that.
I think we can say that this is kind of that. Other than in maths lessons, and if I see you guys in the common room, that might be the extent of our conversation.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with coming together
to
say, let's talk about it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
After this, I might not see you until my next timetabled meeting with you, until you're in my classroom.
Exactly.
But as you said, connections are so important. Looking back over the past 5 years, because that's what it's been. We've grown. We've gone from the age of 11, we're 16 and 17 now. Change has been crazy. What have you noticed about yourself that has changed the most?
Do you want to go first, or should I?
You go first.
Okay. So in year 7, like year 8, I wasn't the most. I wouldn't say I was I wouldn't say I wasn't confident in myself. I was okay with myself, but I wouldn't preach out or like say things outwardly. Like only if I was with my friends. So with my friend group, I was myself because I felt comfortable. But with other people, I would just be like a shy person. I wouldn't really say anything. But then growing up, maybe I think the end of year 9 when I was form captain, that changed me completely because it made me realise that in life I had to speak to people that I don't necessarily would have wanted to speak to or like people that I'm not comfortable speaking to. I know I'm going to have to embrace that at some point. It's gonna happen, you know, university, teachers, you're gonna have to speak to them. So because of that, it made me so much more confident to speak to a wider range of people that I never would have surrounded myself with. In year 10, you know, being in different classes with people other than my form, it just made me more of a talkative person. So now, if I had to talk to some random people, I wouldn't be afraid to. I know how to do it. And also, being house leader it's just shown me things that I love. It might sound weird, but like, if you give me like a big assembly to do, I will do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I love speaking in front of lots of people. I literally live for it. It's so much fun.
I understand. I have the same feeling now. It's amazing
It's
to reach
so
people.
nice. Like, I just discovered things that I enjoy that I never would have enjoyed in like primary school or like year 7.
Yeah.
And it's okay to take the time to figure yourself out,
Yeah.
as opposed to trying to fit in to a clique or anything of the sort. Being alone is okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing lame about it. There's nothing uncool about it. Being at one with yourself and understanding who you are is your biggest power. If you can then go and bring Yusra and bring Hammy to an environment and everyone's able to say, yep, that's Hammy and yep, that's Yusra, you've done all you need to do.
Literally,
Yeah.
Not one person saying, oh, Yusra's feeling a bit shy today. Oh, I thought Yusra was confident.
Not
Yeah.
different
Not that they don't-
opinions.
Yeah.
You project
Yeah.
yourself in the same way to everyone.
Exactly.
So-
And what about you, Hammy?
I think it's like I've learnt my worth. Like I know what I deserve and what I should be getting. Like because you're 79, you know. I wasn't happy, and I was like, that's fine, that's okay, like that's normal, you know.
Yeah.
But then I was like, no, that's not okay. I deserve to have good friends. I deserve to be working hard. I deserve to feel like it's okay to work hard and get good grades. And that's fine. Like it shouldn't just be natural smart. Not everyone's naturally smart.
Yeah.
I can work my grades. That's okay.
And you did. You did.
Just knowing my worth has been like the biggest change for me, I think. Yeah.
About it. This has been so lovely. I've been loving to hear about your growth, because it's really important. We're not adults. The world doesn't revolve around us, but inside school, it kind of feels that way.
It does.
It kind of feels like you're living a life that's a TV series. Like, come back next Friday. Geography period 2.
Yeah,
And this is going to happen.
Yeah.
This is lovely. I think that you girls have built a relationship that is strong, and if you were to go your separate ways, I don't think there would be any hard feelings.
Yeah.
No.
That's part of life as well. You make friends with people, you find connections that break, and it's just
fine.
it's part of a
It's
cycle.
fine.
Yeah.
For me, what defines a good, if I had to give it a definition for a good friend, close to a best friend, it would be someone that you let's say you haven't seen each other for a long time, but then you meet up one day, but it's not awkward. You just flow back into the conversation. You just go back into the flow of things, and it's not awkward.
Me and Yusra after the whole lockdown, I didn't text you once.
Yeah,
you didn't text
exactly.
me
We
once.
didn't message each other.
But as soon as I came back to school, I was like, Yusra!
Yeah.
We were so excited.
It's it clicks, you know. There are so many other people that I haven't seen, but I see them now every day, but it's not awkward.
It's not.
It's not awkward that we didn't speak for a year. It's oh, you've changed. No, it's not that.
And it's when we started sixth form again, the thing I was most excited about was making new friends. I noticed in year 10, I enjoy meeting new people, having to make new conversations, making new friends. And then I remembered just now, and I was thinking about, what was my first day of sixth form. I was just excited to make new friends and meet the new people in my class, the externals. I was so excited to do that. That just shows we always want to make friends. We always want to make new friends. We want to always
it's okay. It's okay to make new friends.
Yeah.
It's also okay if your friendship group changes from year 11 to year 12.
It's normal.
It's
It's
completely
expected.
normal. Yeah.
If you are someone who's starting your secondary school experience, there is a massive chance you're not going to be friends with the same people. Let it go. Move on.
Yeah.
It's a part of life. If you were to ask your parent, your older sibling, any relative, who was your best friend in year 7? They probably will come up with a crazy story about how Joe Malone was their best friend, but where's Joe Malone now? Got no clue. And that's just what happens. You change, you lose connections, you make new connections, and life keeps on going. So it's okay. I feel like the last thing I do want to focus on, because it's really important, as Hammy previously said, is knowing your worth in a friendship. And I loved how Yusra was listing the things that she would love in a friendship group. We should come up with those important things. Let's all give one that we think is really important. You make sure is known within your friendship group, what you expect from a friendship group. I'm going to steal yours, Hammy. And I'm going to say knowing your worth from someone who has thankfully moved schools. As you get older, you do reflect. And I've had people tell me, because they know the kind of person I am, that I'm so surprised you stayed in that friendship group. I can't believe you let yourself get treated that way. And I say, wow, I really don't believe I did either. I now know what I am worth. I now know that I require respect, and I deserve to be treated as a human being, and I deserve to be accepted and acknowledged and all the other things. But knowing your worth is so important, because if you aren't able to know what you're worth, you will let yourself get treated in horrible ways, and that is important. We should not let ourselves be treated in horrible ways. So Hammy, thank you for letting me steal that one. Your worth is really important.
You're welcome.
What are your two main ones?
I think that I'm happy for like other friends' success. Like I'm there to make sure that you are successful, just as much as you're going to be there for me to be successful. Yusra wants to go really far in life, and I'm going to support her through all of that, because she will go far in life. She deserves to go far in life, and I think that's really good in a friendship group. Like
support,
support, and like have like not jealousy. Like you can be jealous over someone's like success, that's fine, but don't like bring them down for it.
Yeah.
So if
Let
I get
it make
a good
you work
grade,
harder.
yeah, like if I get a good grade, like you be happy for me. Like you got a good grade, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Don't bring me down like, oh, it was like an easy test. Like
Exactly.
I don't need that. Like it's like you need the support. Otherwise, there's really nothing there for that support.
Agreed. And Yusra?
For me, I mean, from year 7, my friendship group has basically stayed the same, not gonna lie. Like, even now at lunch and break, we always hang out with each other. So I would say, even if it changes, make sure that you're comfortable with the people you're surrounding yourself with. So if you act differently with certain people, then are you really being yourself? So if you surround yourself with people who you know you can express yourself 100%, like you're yourself around them, then you literally have got a friendship group that you can be extremely happy with.
Yeah, that's like when I make friends. I told my friend this the other day when she was going through a problem. I was like, without trust, there will never be an us. If there's no trust there, there's nothing there. Because if I don't trust you, I'm lying to you all the time. Like there's nothing there. So I really live by that. So make sure you live by that, guys.
Worth, trust, comfortability, support. Were there 5?
No, 4.
Oh. So, worth, trust, comfortability, and support. Those are what you should think about when you decide who it is you spend your time with. It's so important you find yourself first and be prepared for change. Be prepared to network and make new friends. And enjoy it as you do. Enjoy the experience. I have loved listening and watching you both, your dynamic, your relationship, and hearing about your growth. I hope, again, that your friendship does remain strong, and if not, that you both as people go on to do what you want to do and make new friends and surround yourself by people who uplift you and who help you get through the way. I think that is the end. You're welcome. That is the end of my second Tint chat, and I am loving this. Thank you so much, Hammy. Thank you so much, Yusra.
Always.
I hope you enjoyed that. Tune in next week for another episode of Today is Not Tomorrow.